Hi, today is the 26th of May, 2022. It is Thursday. I want to see if I can recapture this 11-minute and 12-second video from my other phone because it's not downloading and I can't, for some reason, get it to change privacy settings. But it's from 2019. It's about my idea of particle cycles from that time. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Today is the 17th of October, 2019. It is Thursday. Today is rather rainy out. It's early this morning. It's about 7 a.m. Just waking up. I've been offline for a while because of my smartphone biting the dust. And yeah, so I had to find something else. So I have a little bit of a tab right now, so that's working out pretty good. I'm going to have to learn not to drop it, that's for sure. So I have a good purse, and I probably will look for some kind of protective gorilla gear or whatever they call that. So anyway, a couple days without picture taking. I don't know, it's like almost as if, yeah, I can see that. Not being online. 2 days cold turkey at turkey time, Thanksgiving, and well, this is good for one. And moving into I got a whole lot of ideas regarding the new helium-3 theories and the black holes and that new Neoprotoplasm coming out of the black hole. And the whole cycle of the neutron star, which starts as a proton star and then implodes after a certain critical mass, and then it's a cycle, and then goes into a black hole that pops out of a dimension, just like the protoplasm is popped out of the fifth. The fourth is opened up by the neutron star collapse into the black hole, so that big gaping black hole is actually the fourth dimension. CERN might have, I don't remember any black holes way back when, do you? In 1969, when I was a little kid, I remember looking up at the sun and seeing the sunspots through a sun lens, and we don't have those anymore. And because the sun isn't the same sun, it's obviously cycled into the protoplasm again. Either CERN opened up, and I don't remember in '69 any black holes. Maybe the sunspots were black holes, but I don't remember any black holes. This theory was really new, and if CERN was then popping out these dimensional holes, then perhaps, and our whole proton or big neoprotoplasma being swallowed. I don't think it can be, but because the singularity is the neoprotoplasma, the protoplasma, I should say. The neoprotoplasma is what's coming out of the neutron star, because it's the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, and beyond. Maybe protoplasma, singularity, quantum, whatever. It's a whole new ball game, let me tell you, than what I conceived of everything way back then, what we were told way back then, and now we don't have any sunspots, so we have the solar minimum. Oh my gosh, it gets very confusing and very complex. And well, how do we figure it out? That's what we have to do. This is just an update blurb of me trying to get back into the swing of things now that I'm back online with a tab. So I don't even know the name of this tab, but it's kind of neat. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'm probably still going to get a cheap cell phone, and I'll probably just, because I need something that's portable and easy to maneuver out there when I'm taking pictures of the unusual developments in the sky. And in the Bible even tells us to look up and to look to the stars and that sort of thing, because it will be, the signs, symbols, and wonders will be nigh. In the stars is our destiny. And according to a recent article that I don't know if I can verify the authenticity or verification of it, said that the solar system, our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, blew up at the time of the caveman first using tools, which then really transfers all the way back to 2001, A Space Odyssey, when I saw it in 1969, and when CERN probably first developed, and those black holes were bumped out, time travel, and the laser lights, and stuff now faster than light, the speed of light. uh, the blue stars on the edge of the universe, which are older than the Big Bang, which proves they are helium stars, which proves they're indivisible, not being able to be blown up or imploded or fused or fizzed or fission, fusion, whatever, that's really a concept now we have to take into effect why this happens. Well, the neoprotoplasma is the energy of our nascent beginnings, and things went awry, whether bumped out or this is a cycle for the singularity to continue itself ad infinitum as in a perpetual motion machine. Well, that's all to be discovered. I hope we can discover it soon, because I think we need to know the answers as to how our system works. It seems so mysterious. Well, it has been. We're like so many divisions past what we were originally before the bump out, of the protoplasm, which now is neoprotoplasm coming back to recycle us, perhaps. And we're pure consciousness. This whole reality is a bit of a fluke. So it's just because of the multiplicity of duality, how many trillion, 10 trillion cells we have in our bodies. That reaches critical mass eventually, and then we turn back into the essential, what we are, because we're only 2% right now. We're 2% of what? We're 2% of, well, there's the neutron world and there's a proton world. The neutron world makes up 98% of all matter, and the protonic or light world only makes up 2%. So that tells you something. We're at critical mass, and I don't believe that the proton is 2%. I believe that it's 100%, but this is a cycling process for the maintenance and sustainability of the proton, protoplasma, proton, blue star energy of the Pleiadian light source that we are. So we're at the end of cycle, fin de cycle, in regards to our, I guess it's going to be quite a rapturous change of ascension to our true home in the pure consciousness of love in this amazing material that we're still yet to discover, and we're awed by. And protoplasm, I mean, whoever knew, right? And it would come out of a black hole, which is spewing like incredible, reclaiming its own. That which was on the moon, too, the H3, which was probably the plug of a neutron star. The moon and Mercury look like plugs, because if Mercury has H3, then that would prove as well that the moon and Mercury are connected somehow, either by a dual neutronic system that are probably opposites, and maybe if they have high energy levels of radiation, that would also prove they're neutronic, or they were neutronic, or maybe they left behind the H3. It took that process of the neutron collapse to make H3, to bring us back to the proton source, which is a very interesting cycle when you have the discovery of it. So figure it out. It's kind of neat. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you've gained something by this. I know I certainly have, by configuring this whole thing. It just didn't make sense why, a star would still exist earlier than the Big Bang. How could that possibly be? Everything was smashed to bits, crushed, fused, made into its essential elemental, but not these stars of helium mix. So therefore, helium purity of the protonic nature of the blue star, Pleiadian type, helium-3, or other helium, probably much more esoteric than what we could gather on the moon at that time. I don't think it does waver. I don't think so. If it can't get crushed by by any Big Bang black hole or whatever it was, and crushing it, I don't think that it's anything but a pure form of H3. But anyway, and I think it's consistent, and I think everything else is inconsistent. Multicellular versus singular, well, singularity versus quantum versus the most tiny minutia, the quanti is the helium-3. And we've got to figure it out because that's basically what we are. And it's kind of, I know we're all going, yeah, but ego is an illusion. Everyone's freaking out. I don't want to be, blah, blah, blah. But, this life is kind of like not really what we are. It's an experience. And the ups and downs is too much for our sensitivity. I think, the question marks left unanswered, life and death and pain and all that, it's not necessary for our oversoul, protoplasmic self, and we are protonic life forms. So yeah, we're going back to source where we are at home 98% of the time. So this 2%, it's running out. The time is on now. The timer is set to 2 minutes to midnight. So let's figure it out. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys. That's it.